Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Living the Life show. I'm your host, Columbus Cody, and I'm so grateful you chose to join me today for your verse of the day. Before we move further, go ahead right now, click the subscribe button, click the bell so you never miss a video. All right. And if you enjoy the video, make sure you click the like button because that shows the rest of YouTube that this is a video that they need to watch because they will find encouragement as well. So let's look at today's verse of the day. Today's verse of the day is from 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. And this is what it says. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. And we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. You take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Here's the thing I want you to understand. It says we demolish the arguments, right? Demolish the arguments. Look at it one more time. Demolish the arguments of and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. Anything that disputes the gospel, we have to be ready and willing to debate. And what I mean by debate is we need to come against it. We need to demolish it. We need to speak against it. Now, we don't become evil. The Bible tells us don't render evil for evil, but we have to be bold, stand up and tell the truth. Because here's what we do as believers often, myself included. God is working on me in this area as well. Because we want to be a good Christian and we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings and we don't want to offend anyone, we sometimes hold back when we should step up. We should speak up. We should come against something that is said or done that is anti-God. The reason why we have to stick up for this or speak up for this is because the world will never know truth if no one ever speaks it. And who is going to speak that truth? It is us. Now, the thing that I've come to learn is a lot of times we will not defend the gospel because we don't know it ourselves. We say the gospel is the life, the death, and the burial and resurrection of Jesus Christ. We like to say that because it sounds pretty and sweet, but what does that really mean to you as a believer? What does that mean to me that Jesus would choose to leave heaven and come down to earth, endure all that earth had to throw at him, die, not because he was a bad person, but because I am, and he chose to die so that I wouldn't have to, so that we could swap places. What does that really mean to me? When I explain that to someone, that to be saved, I have to accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. What does that really mean? That means I have to choose him over me. I have to change my lifestyle, my desires, my choices. I no longer own me. I am now owned by Jesus Christ, which means I live my life according to what he says I should do. That is the difference. But I'm not going to defend that if that's not what's really in me. I can't convince another person to live for Jesus when I'm not living for Jesus myself. So it's very, very important that we find ourselves open and honest about our relationship with God and open and honest about our relationship with Christ, because it's what will show the rest of the world what a true believer looks like, what a true walk with God looks like. Do you know how many people right now think deep in their hearts that they are good with God? The enemy has us deceived. We think because I have perfect church attendance and I teach Sunday school and I sing in the choir and maybe I even preach from the pulpit that me and God are tight, and God is going to say to us those most dreadful words in the end: depart from me, I never knew you. How could that ever happen? It's because the gospel, the good news, never changed my life. And if you truly know the gospel, it is going to change you. It is going to mold you, remake you. It's going to make you a different man, a different woman. You will become more and more like Christ every single day that you follow and you honor what the gospel really means. That is the verse of the day. So I pray that you will hear this verse and you will think about this. You have to stick up for God. Don't be a jerk about it though. Nah, don't be a jerk. Don't try to flex your knowledge and try to put people down because they don't know. Because a lot of people do that. That's not what he's saying. What he's saying though is, I will tell you when to speak. And when I tell you to speak, even though it's scary, even though you feel nervous about it, even though you know you're going to offend someone, go ahead and say what I say. Because what you're going to do is you're going to do more good than you ever thought, even though it's a scary situation because you think they're not going to hear you. Some won't, but somebody will. But they'll never hear if you don't speak it, if you don't dispute the false, if you don't dispute the false teachings, the all the other garbage that's being thrown out as Christianity. If you don't speak up, they will think that is real and right, and they will go to hell too. I need you to be bold. I need you to be courageous, and that's what God needs from us. So I pray that this encourages you. I pray that you will continue to ask God for the strength and the courage to stand on his word, to be a bold witness for him, to encourage as many people as you can before your time expires on this earth. Make sure you share this verse with at least one person. Encourage them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell. And if you would like to be a blessing to the Living the Life show, again, there are many ways you can do that. One is actually on the screen right now. You can go ahead and do that right now if you have a desire. All right. Have a great weekend, guys. Know that you are loved. Know that you are honored. Watch it, share it, and live it. Now let's get busy living the life. Did you know that you could actually support the YouTube channel and podcast? That's right. If you have a desire to be a blessing to the show, there's many different ways you can do it. We have Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and you can use the website to make a donation. Any donation will help, and every donation will be used to pour into the lives of others. So if you want to click on the description of this video, you can find all of the information you need to make a donation. God bless you, and thank you for your support.